Hello and welcome to my crochet channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the Pokemon known as Koffing. He's the purple poison gas Pokemon that's known to be around Jesse and James from Team Rocket. So I'm going to show you how to make him today. The materials you're going to need, you'll need some purple yarn. I actually have two shades of purple here I wanted to show you. This is a lavender purple from Red Heart Super Saver. I don't have the wrapper on it, but this is the purple that I've always used to make Koffing in the past. And I've always been really happy with the way it looks. I've sold many of them on Etsy. I no longer sell any crochet anymore, but anyways, yeah. I'm gonna try using this color of purple today because I found it at the store and I thought it was really pretty, and it really looks like Koffing's color, so yeah. It's called Amethyst. And this is a medium 4-ply yarn, acrylic. And then you're also gonna need for this project some felt. I have yellow, I have pink and white. The white is for his eyes and his teeth. The pink is for his mouth, which actually I normally use a really light pink, but you can use whatever, you know, you can use light pink, hot pink like I have here, or red if you want. And also yellow for the little symbol on his chest, the toxic symbol. And of course you're gonna need a crochet hook, scissors, yarn, all that good stuff. The hook size I'm using today is going to be a J 5.75 millimeter hook. Okay, now you can actually use other sizes. You can use a 5.25 if you want to be a little smaller. You can use an H hook, which would be a 5 millimeter hook if you prefer that. Or you can even use a G hook, 4.25 millimeters. Okay, if you want them to be smaller. I have tried making him in all of those sizes before and they've all turned out successfully. So yeah. And another thing you don't want to forget to have is your polyfill, so you can stuff Koffing as you make him. I'm not even ashamed to say that I like to buy, you know, one of those cheap little $2 pillows from Walmart, and I cut them open and I use the stuffing out of those because it's a little cheaper than polyfill and there's more in there. So yeah, but if you want to buy polyfill, that works too. Whatever you want to use. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started with Koffing. We are going to begin with his body, and the body is 30 rounds total of crochet. We will be crocheting in the round. Now what I mean by that is when you're working on a crochet project, whenever you finish a round, you can slip stitch into the beginning stitch of the round and then chain one and continue working the next round. If you do that, that leaves a seam in your project. If you continue working in the round, you don't slip stitch and chain one. Instead, you just continue working as you were in the previous row, if that makes sense. If you have any questions, feel free to message me anytime. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started with Koffing. We will be working in multiples of 8. What I mean by that is we're going to start off with 8 single crochet, and then the second round will increase to 16. Third round will increase to 24, fourth 32, so on and so forth. So anyways, we are going to start this project off with a magic ring. And to do a magic ring, I will show you very slowly here. Grab the yarn and pull the tail in, wrap it like that around your index finger. Stick out your middle finger and wrap it around like that. And then hold it like that. Take your hook, stick it under this, grab this yarn and pull it under. Okay, now you're like that. So you want to go over here, over this time, and grab this yarn and pull it through, and you just made a chain. And that's your magic circle right there, the one that's around my finger. That is called a magic circle. So now we're going to go ahead and make a single crochet. So to do that, you want to insert your hook through the circle like that and grab this yarn, pull it through. Okay, and you have 2 strands of yarn now over your hook, 2 loops. And then you want to grab the yarn and pull it through both of those strands like that. And you just made your first single crochet. Okay, so let's do that again for our second single crochet. Insert the hook, grab the yarn and pull it through. You got 2 loops on your hook, grab the yarn and pull through both loops, and you just did your second single crochet. Insert, grab, pull through both loops, and you just did your third. Insert, grab, pull through both, and there's 4. Now, what you want to do as you go, you kind of want to slide your finger out of the hole and tighten it a bit, because it can get tricky to crochet around your magic circle if it's loose. So see how I tightened mine? And then I'm going to hold it like that to hold it in place, holding the tail and the actual circle itself. Okay, so we just did 4 single crochet. Now we're going to do 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so we just finished 8 single crochet there. I know this is a really dark color to work with, so I hope you're able to see what I'm doing okay. So now what we're going to do to finish off round 1, we're going to grab the tail of this yarn and just pull it like that. And that closes the circle. And then for round 2, we're going to do 2 single crochet in each of the ones we just made. We just did 8 single crochet, so now we're going to put 2 in each one for a total of 16 by the end of round 2. Okay, so find your first stitch. If you need to, you can count back to the first one, because the first one can be difficult to find. Also, another thing I should mention, if you want at this point, this would be a good time to insert another color of yarn to use as a yarn stitch, or you can use like a safety pin or whatever. Personally, I do not use a stitch marker, a yarn stitch, but if you're new and you're learning crochet, it's a really good idea to do that, because you can easily lose your place, and then if you're halfway through your project and you don't know where you're at, it can be really frustrating. So you definitely want to use a stitch marker when you're learning. So anyways, let's count backwards to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so here's my first stitch. I'm going to insert the hook, and to do that, I'm going to put it through the 2 top loops. See how I have those 2 strands? I'm trying to pull them apart so you can see. There's 2 strands there from the stitch that I just inserted my hook through. I'm going to grab the yarn, pull it through, and there's 1. Insert the hook, 2, and then the next stitch we will do 2. So 1, 2, we're at a total of 4. 1, 2, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and finally 16. Okay, and that completes round 2. we have a total of 16 single crochets on there. Okay? And then for round 3, we're going to increase to 24. And to do that, we will put 2 single crochet in the first stitch, right there. And then in the next one, we'll put 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, all the way around in that pattern until we have a total of 24 stitches. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Okay, so we just finished round 3 with a total of 24 stitches. Now we're going to move on to round 4, and we're going to increase till we have a total of 32 stitches by the end of round 4. And in order to do that, we're just going to do 2 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 in the next stitch, and 1 in the next stitch. And we'll repeat that pattern all the way around. So it'll be 2 single crochet in one stitch, 1 in the next, and 1 in the next, all the way around until you have a total of 32 stitches. Okay, so 1, 2 in the first stitch, and then 1 in the next stitch, 1 in the next stitch. Okay, so there's our first 4. 1, 2 in the next stitch, and then we'll do 1 in the next one, and 1 in the next one. Now we have 8. 1, 2 in the next stitch, and then 1 in the next one, 1 in the next one. So now we have 12. 1, 2 in the next stitch, and then 1 in the next one, 1 in the next one. We're at 16. 1, 2 in this next stitch, 1 in the next one, and then 1 in the next one. We're at 20. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, 4. So now we're at 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 28. And then finally we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And we just completed row 4 with a total of 32 stitches. Okay. And then for round 5, we are going to increase to 40 stitches. So, as you might have guessed, for round 5, we will be doing an increase in the first stitch, and then in the next 3 stitches, we'll just do 1 single crochet, 1 individual crochet in each of those stitches. So, let's go ahead and start that. For the first stitch of round 5, we will do 1, 2 single crochets, and then we'll do 1 individual single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. That gives us a total of 5. And then we're going to do an increase in the next, so that's 2 single crochets. And then 1, 2, 3. That gives us 10. Next one we'll do another increase, so 1, 2, and then 3, and the next 3 stitches an individual single crochet. So now we're at 15. $20. 25. 30. 35. 40. All right. So that completes round 5. And then moving on to round 6, we're going to increase to 48. So to do that, we will do 2 single crochets and increase in the first stitch. And then the next 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches, we will do 1 individual single crochet. And we'll repeat that pattern all the way around for a total of 48 by the end of row 6. So let's go ahead and do that. So an increase in the first one, 1, 2, and then an individual single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gives us a total of 6 so far for round 6. Increase in the next stitch, 1, 2, and then 1 individual single crochet in each of the next 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're at 12 so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 is 18. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's 24. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 30. Let me pull this yarn out here a little bit. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 36. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 42. And finally we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Total of 48 by the end of row 6. Now we're going to move on to row 7. And for row 7, it's really easy because all we're going to do is 1 individual single crochet in every stitch. So by the end of round 7, we will have 48 stitches, just like the end of round 6. Okay, so go ahead and do round 7 real quick. Just one individual single crochet in each stitch. 4. Okay, so we just completed round 7 with a total of 48 stitches. This time we're going to move on to round 8, and we're going to do another increase round here. We will increase to 56 by the end of round 8. So to do that, we'll increase in the first stitch here. So 1, 2, and then in each of the next 5 stitches, we will do an individual single crochet. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that gave us 7. Let's go ahead and keep moving along. Increase in the next stitch and a single crochet in each of the next 5 individual stitches. So 14, 21, increase, 28, 35. Yeah, okay. $42. Okay, there's 49. And now let's do the last 7 here. Okay, so we just completed row 8 with a total of 56 single crochets here. And let's see. The next row, row 9, we will do another increase. We're going to go up to 64 this time. So that means in the first stitch, we're going to do an increase. And in the remaining 6 stitches, first 6 stitches afterwards, we will do an individual single crochet. So the pattern for row 9 is going to be an increase and then 6 individual single crochets. An increase and 6 individual single crochet all the way around. By the time we're done with row 9, we'll have 64 single crochets. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2 in the first stitch, and then 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So we're at a total of 8 single crochet so far for round 9. Two, 3, 4, 6, Okay, now we're at 16 single crochets. You just want to continue that pattern all the way around. Okay, so we're at the last set of 8 stitches for the for round 9. So we'll do our final increase of round 9. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there we have 64 stitches at the end of row 9. And let's see here, for rounds 10 and 11, we are also going to do 64 stitches. There will be no increasing or anything. We'll just put one single crochet, one individual crochet in each of these stitches all the way around. So for round 10 and 11, those will both be 64 stitches in each round. So let's go ahead and start on that. Okay, so we just completed round 11, and now we're going to move on to round 12, which is our last row of increases. In round 12, we're going to increase to 72 stitches. So let's go ahead and do that. We will start with an increase in the first stitch. So 1, 2, and then we're going to do an individual single crochet in each of the next 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's 9 stitches we've done so far. And go ahead and continue that pattern all the way around for round 12. We'll do an increase and then 7 individual single crochets all the way around for a total of 72 by the time we're done with round 12. Okay. Okay, so we just finished up round 12 with a total of 72 stitches, and that was our last round of increasing. So for the next few rounds, we will be just doing one individual single crochet in every stitch all the way around, and that will be for rounds 13 through 20. So 13 through 20, we're going to just do one single crochet in each stitch all the way around, for a total of 72 stitches for each round from 13 through 20. So let's go ahead and start on that. And I will meet you at the end of round 20. Okay, so we have just completed doing rounds 13 through 20 with a total of 72 single crochet stitches in each row. And this is what it's looking like so far. You can see it's taken shape. And we have 10 rounds left for the body of Koffing. And we'll be getting pretty close to done after that. So what we're going to do for round 21, we're going to actually go ahead and start our decreasing. And for round 21, we will decrease to 64 stitches. To do that, we will start with a single crochet decrease, which I will show you how to do, and then we'll do an individual single crochet in each of the following 7 stitches. And we will continue that pattern all the way around for a total of 64 by the end of row 21. So let me go ahead and show you here how to do a single crochet decrease. Okay, so what you want to do is insert your hook into the next stitch and pull the yarn through. You got 2 loops on your hook. Then you want to take your hook and insert into the next stitch. Pull the yarn through. You've got 3 loops on your hook. So now you want to grab the yarn and pull through all 3 loops, and you just did a single crochet decrease. What you did is you brought these 2 stitches from the previous row together into 1 stitch for this row, if that makes sense. Okay, so we just did 1 decrease, and now we will do a single crochet in each of the next 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so now we're at 8 stitches so far for row 21. Let's go ahead and do another decrease here. So we do it like that, and then 3 loops on the hook. Grab the yarn and pull through all 3 loops, and there's another decrease. 1 single crochet in each of the next 7 stitches. Okay, and let's go ahead and do that again. Let me pull my yarn out here. So a decrease. And then 7 individual single crochets. Decrease, 7 individual single crochets, oops, 6. Okay, and you just want to continue that pattern around for row 21. And I'll meet you at row 22. Okay, I've just finished row 21, and we now have a total of 64 stitches for the round. And we're going to move on to round 22, and we're going to do 64 single crochets. So what we're going to do is just 1 individual single crochet in each stitch all the way around for a total of 64 stitches for row 22. Okay, so I just finished up row 22, and now we're going to move on to row 23, and we're going to decrease to 56 stitches this time. And to do that, we will do a single crochet decrease in the first stitch, and then we will do, 6 individual single crochets after that. And we'll repeat that pattern all the way around for row 23 for a total of 56 stitches. So let's go ahead and start that. We'll do a decrease. And then 6 individual single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, And just repeat that all the way around for row 23 until you have 56 stitches by the end of the row, and I'll meet you at row 24. Alright, so we just finished row 23. Now I'm going to go to 24 and we're going to decrease again. This time we're going to decrease to 48. So that will be a single crochet decrease and then an individual single crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. Okay, so it looks like this. We'll just do a decrease. Like that. And then, whoops, an individual single crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. 4, 5, and we will just continue that around for round 24 until we have a total of 48 stitches by the end of round 24. Okay. Alright, so we just completed round 24. Time to move on to round 25. And we're just going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch all the way around for round 25. So it'll be a total of 48 stitches by the time we're done with round 25. Just like 24, except there's no decreasing. Just an individual single crochet in each stitch all the way around. And I will meet you when we are starting round 26. Alright, so we just finished up 25 and moving on to round 26 now. We're going to decrease to 40 stitches. So what we'll do is a decrease and then we'll do an individual single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. So that'll look like this. Do 1 decrease. And then an individual single crochet in each of the next 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and repeat that pattern 7 more times all the way around for a total of 40 single crochet by the end of round 26. Okay, so we have 40 stitches, 40 single crochet at the end of round 26. And now we're going to go to round 27 and decrease to 32 stitches this time. So we will just do 1 single crochet decrease. And then we'll do 1 individual single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's a decrease. 1, 2, 3. And repeat that 6 more times to complete round 27 for a total of 32 stitches. And then we'll move on to 28. Okay, so I just completed round 27, and before I move on to round 28, I actually want to go ahead and put my stuffing inside of this. It's getting pretty small, so it's time to go ahead and get it stuffed. So I'll go ahead and do that. You can stuff it as firmly or softly as you want, however you want yours to be and to look. I usually put quite a bit in mine. I like it to have a little bit of squish to it, but also I like it to be firm enough to hold its shape well. So just use your judgment. I'd say that's enough for now, and we're going to go ahead and continue with round 28, and we're going to decrease to 24 stitches now. So, I had some fuzz stuck in my fingernail. Anyways, to decrease to 24, let's see, we're at 32 stitches right now. So we're going to decrease to 24 for round 28. So we will just do a decrease. and then we'll do a single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So 1, 2, and then do a decrease, 1, 2, 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 and decrease, 1, 2, and there is 24 stitches for round 28. And now moving on to round 29, we're going to decrease to 16 this time. So for round 29, to get 16 stitches, all we're going to do is a decrease and then an individual single crochet. And we'll repeat that all the way around until we have just 16 stitches. So decrease, 1, decrease, 1, decrease, 1, decrease, 1, decrease, 1, decrease, 1, decrease, 1. Let's see, how many was that? I lost count. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we'll do one more decrease. And 1. And at this point, I'm going to actually add a little more stuffing. And kind of shape it a little bit here. All right. I'd say that's looking pretty good. Okay. Now we're going to do our final round of decreasing. We're going to decrease to 8 single crochet, so we'll be decreasing in every stitch all the way around now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's getting a little snug here. Oops, okay. And then our final decrease, 8. All right, so as you can see, we still have this big hole here. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna take our scissors and cut a really long tail. I always cut mine a little extra long, just to be safe, because you never know. And we're going to sew this shut. So the first thing I'll do is tighten this. Okay, and what I like to do is weave it in and out of each stitch and then tighten it. So this is how I do that. Of course, you can close it however is comfortable for you, whatever method you like best. There's other ways. This is just how I do it. I think it's the easy way, and I like to do things the easy way if I can. So, yeah. Some of your stuffing might pop out a little bit, which is kind of annoying. But when you're done with the whole thing, you can clean it up. So it's no big deal. Okay, so I got that nice and tightened, and now I'm just going to run my needle through and there you have it. The body of Koffing is now complete. Let's go ahead and stick the tail in. I just kind of like so, and cut that off. Okay, so this is what we have now. We have the body of Koffing, and you can just kind of shape it. I probably should have added a little more stuffing in mine, but whatever. I'm just gonna make this and probably give it to my kids to play with or something. So yeah. So the next part we're gonna work on is gonna be the face, because before we sew on all the little pieces all over his body and make this, we're gonna actually do the face, and we'll glue it on, and then we'll make the little gas nozzles that are all over him, or whatever you want to call them, and we'll sew them all over his body, around his face. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started with the face. So I am no artist or anything. I can't draw very well, but to do the face, basically you just want to use your best judgment. I use a Sharpie, and I just kind of like measure how big I think I want the eyes to be. I start with the eyes, and I just kind of do this number here. Try to make them close to the same size as I can. And then I'll cut those out and put the dot in the middle. And then for the mouth, I make the mouth a little wider. Well, here, let me just show you. Okay, for the mouth, I'll probably do about like that. Okay, so first I do the eyes, and then I do the mouth, and I glue it on there, and then I cut out teeth and put them in the mouth. And the last part I usually do is the little symbol, because it's usually the trickiest part for me. So yeah. Anyways, just use your best judgment. Use some felt or whatever you have, some fabric, to put on your Koffing and make his face and make it look all cute and however you want. And I'll get back to you whenever I'm done putting my face on my Koffing. right, so I just finished Koffing's face. I glued it all on there with a hot glue gun. I think it turned out pretty cute. I'm really happy with it. He's so adorable. Anyways, so the next part of this project and the final part of this project, yay, we're almost done, is to make all the little gas knob thingies that are all over him. I don't know what they're called, but yeah. And I did actually make a couple just to show you. I make the 3 different sizes, and you can make as many or as little as you want for your Koffing, but I usually do anywhere between like 10, 12 of them and just sew them one all over. So anyways, I make a small one, a medium one, and a large one. I'm going to start with the small one first to show you because it's the quickest one to make. So let's get the yarn up. Oh. Okay. All right. So to make the little gas nozzle thingies, all you want to do is start with a magic circle. So remember, you just bring it over your index finger and down, and then around your middle finger and hold it. And then you want to take your hook, insert it under this, grab the yarn and pull it through, and then go over and grab the yarn again and pull it through. And there you go. And now we're going to go ahead and put our first single crochet into the magic circle, like so. Okay, and there's our first single crochet. And we're going to do 3 more, so we'll have a total of 4 single crochet in our magic circle. So here's 2. Tighten this. 3 and 4. Okay, let's go ahead and shut that. And now we're going to find the first stitch that we made and go right into that. And we're going to double everything. So we're going to do 2 single crochet in each of those 4 stitches we just made, and it'll give us a total of 8 single crochet by the time we're done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And notice that I crochet over top of the tail. You don't have to do that, but I like to do it just to get it out of the way. Oops. Okay. And now for the next row, what we're going to do, we're going to just do 1 individual single crochet in each of those 8 we just made. Only we will be crocheting in the back loops only. So see, this is the back loop. This is the top one. We're not going to do the top one. We're only going to do it in the back one. Okay, so let me show you. I hope you can see this all right. So there's 2 strands with each single crochet stitch. You don't want to go in the front one. You just want to go in the back like that. And then 1 single crochet. Back loop only. We got 2. I apologize if this is not very visible. This dark yarn can be a little difficult to see sometimes. 3 back loops, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. So the reason why we did in the back loops, as you can see, it makes the angle of the gas thingy, what we're making, it makes the angle of it go downward. so that it can rest on them like this instead of just being flat out, you know. So that's the purpose of doing in the back loops only. See, you can see the front loops where we did not crochet into. So anyways, we're gonna do one more single crochet in each stitch around. This time we'll be doing it in both loops like normal though. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I'm just gonna slip stitch into the next stitch like that. Tighten it and snip a long tail for sewing. Okay, and there's one little gas nozzle thingy. I'm sorry I keep calling it that. I really don't know what those are called, so yeah. Anyway, so there's one, and that's one of the small ones. The next size up that I like to do is I start it with 6 single crochet in the magic circle, and then I double it to 12, and then I crochet 1 single crochet in each of those 12 in the back loops only, and then I do 1 row of 12 single crochet, 1 in each stitch. And then for the large size, I do the same thing, except I start with 8 in the magic circle. So then I would double the 8 to 16, and then I would crochet an individual single crochet in the back loops only of each of the 16 stitches, and then I would do an individual single crochet in each stitch like normal for the last round. So basically that's how I do all 3 of them, the way I just showed you the first one. I do it the same way with all of them. The only difference is that I start with a different amount in the magic circle. So the first one I do 4, the second one I do 6, and the third one I do 8. And I really hope I'm not confusing anyone. If I am, feel free to message me and ask me for help, and I'd be happy to help you. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and finish that part up, and once I have all of them made, I'll show you how I sew them on. Alright, so I now have as many as I want made. I made about 10 of them. If I need more, then I'll make more. But anyways, now I just want to show you real quick how I sew them on. It's really quite simple. You just place them wherever you want, wherever you think looks good. I always like to put 2 on the bottom on each side to try to give them like kind of like legs, you know, so it looks nice when it's sitting up, and I'll put 1 in the back like for support, so it can be setting at the angle that I like to present him. So anyways, I'll probably start off with that. Let me move these out of the way. And of course this is the bottom anyways, nobody wants to see that, so yeah. You can, if you want, you can add a little bit of stuffing in these before you sew them on. I just sew mine on as is and save the stuffing. So anyways, place it how you want. And you just kind of weave it in and out. Like that. This is kind of hard for me to do on camera because when I sew, I actually usually hold it pretty close to my face. I'm really not that great at sewing. I can crochet just about anything, but sewing is another thing for me. So yeah. Anyways, so you just do like this. You just kind of sew it wherever you like. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sew all mine on, and I will show you how it looks when it's done. Okay. let's see how this one turns out first. Okay, so there's that one, and I'm just gonna do like so to fasten it off, and just weave in the tail. It's pretty nice and easy. And we got our first one sewed on. So go ahead and sew all of them on, put them where you like, and I will meet you when I'm done with that. All right, we are all finished with Koffing. Look how good he turned out. So adorable. I ended up putting 10 of these all over him. Thinking about adding maybe another one there and like right here, maybe just balance it out a little more. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the way he looks. I think it's super cute, and I just love Koffing. So adorable. So yeah, that's it. This is the end of the project. I hope that everyone had fun making this. Let me know if you enjoyed this or not. And if you have any questions, of course, let me know. And if people seem to like this tutorial, then in the future, I might make more Pokemon tutorials. Thinking about doing a Jigglypuff next, because I love Jigglypuff, and also because it's super easy to make. Maybe a Togepi or Pikachu or Eevee, something like that. So just let me know what you think. And yeah, I hope this was an enjoyable little quarantine project for you. And yeah, happy crochet. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.